Kicking off the 2014 FIM MXGP Motocross World Championship season with the Qatari national anthem. Hello everybody and welcome to the LaSalle International Motocross Circuit with me, Paul Malin, as we embark on what is going to be the opening round of the FIM MXGP World Motocross Championship. Of course, last year, 2013, it was MX1, but it's all new now. A couple of new changes as well, 30-minute motos as opposed to 35-minute races, and of course the MXGP being the main class.
I'm Coach Epora, racing for Monster Energy Cairoli Racing Team.
I'm Tyler Rattray, riding for Holeshot Husqvarna Racing.
So Tyler Rattray then back in the World Championship with Red Bull Ice One, Husqvarna Factory Racing, Sergei Borland. Both those guys will show us around Paul and course on the Monster Energy Kawasaki. A nice wide turn at turn one, through a couple of rollers, and then into the right-hander here, immediately into a series of waves about 91 meters long. Needs to be straight up. Todd Waters had a massive crash through here, was just slightly offline yesterday in the qualifying race. Glad to say he'll be restarting the race today. Through turn three, over a single, into turn four, and then the first of the Monster Energy tabletop jumps. It's a bit of a step down into a 180-degree right-hand at turn five. Come out of there, and it's over a single, under the Afone bridge, and into the off-cambered left-hander at turn six. Very steep that actually from the left down to the right. You'll see it's a little bit soft yesterday. Through the next right-hander. Where Jordy Tixey crashed last year, coming out of turn 7, over the second of the Monster Energy jumps into turn 8. Hard and slick under the rear wheel this year. Through the next left-hander, turn 9, and then it's the single. Most riders scrubbing, and then it's a big stretch to jump the gap to get over onto this plateau, even on a 450. And then it's a short burst through the right-hander at turn 10, dropping in to land at turn 11, 180 degrees over a single through turn 12, here on the left, over Scrub Hill, and then it's the quad. A couple of guys getting over that yesterday, but it's windy conditions today. As you find the corner, that's the Monster Energy finish line jump, just there. Continuing straight on into a double, into the penultimate corner in terms of the actual lap itself. Through the right-hander, through the left, down past pit lane, and into the final right-hander, braking hard. There's going to be some pretty gnarly bumps through there. Exit here, over a single. We're back on the start straight to complete the lap of the sire.
We're back down here on the start line, minutes away from the main event, and we've actually got a special guest with us. Nicki Hayden, nice to see you here. Now, I heard in the past you did a bit of flat track racing, so you're no stranger to the dirt.
Oh, I love the dirt. I grew up racing flat track, and I still now ride moto a bit as for training, as fun. I really love it. It's probably one of my favorite sports in the world, so it's great to be here.
And you're here supporting Tony, I hear?
Yeah, no, he comes to some MotoGP races, but really supporting everyone. I'm a big fan of the sport in general, so it's nice to be here. We're testing next week. We were just in Malaysia testing, and so just happened to fly in today, and the timing worked out great, so it's nice to come out and see the first race of the year. I've seen the first Supercross of the year in Anaheim, and now see the first World Motocross. Is pretty cool.
Lucky for you. And I guess it must be quite weird being here and just being a spectator.
That's a little bit weird, but I mean, I've done, you know, I like watching racing. I mean, I live it, so I like to be here and just see it up close in person. Racing is one of those sports TV doesn't do it justice, so I need to see it in person.
Well, thanks for chatting to us. Have a great evening. Right, that's all from us down here on the start line.
Great to have Nicki Hayden here. Led to believe Randy DeBunier is knocking around somewhere as well. As I say, they're getting ready for tests here next week. That's how they line up, though. Kevin Strybos winning the qualifying race yesterday comfortably from Gauthier Paulin of Evgeny Bobryshev, who was in second for much of the race, but unfortunately for him, just struggling with an injured ankle. But as I say, to finish just ahead of Stephen Frossard in third place, that was a big ask for him. But Frossard was fourth. Guarneri, he was the revelation of MXGP because he started in second, and I think him and Van Horbik might have had a bit of tag team action going on in turn 5 at the right-hander just before the Epone Bridge. Guareri kind of stayed up but lost a few positions. Van Horbik went from third down to eventually down to 11th, but both those guys hung in there, finished inside the top 10. So Strybos, Paulin, Bobryshev, Frossard, Guareri, Nagl, Cairoli, who went out on the first lap with Xavier Borg and fought his way back to 7th. Commander Sal was 8th, Van Horbik was 9th, David Philipparts was 10th. Tyler Rattray, though, who we just saw do the GoPro track preview, arrived here with a broken little finger after a rock hit that in Italy a couple of weeks ago, and we've just heard he's out of the race. The bone has been displaced. He needs a medical checkup. So unfortunate for the South African. Kevin Strybos then lines up in pole position on the Rockstar Energy Suzuki World MXGP machine. There's Tony Cairoli and Stephen Frossard, 222 and 183 respectively. Cairoli arriving with a slight knock to the ankle as well. Cairoli made light work of Commander Sal with 2 laps to go. Sal was in 12th and steadily picked his way through to 7th before being passed by Cairoli, who we said came from outside the top 20, about 22nd position, something like that, after picking himself up. But there is Commander Sal alongside his teammate, and in between, or alongside Gauthier Paulin as well, number 21 on the Monster Energy Kawasaki. So 2 Rockstar Energy Suzukis. Monster Energy Kawasaki, who is going to be the lightning fast starter. Don't forget the Foxhead Holeshot Award. 1 point for each Holeshot you get. It'll all be tallied up at the end of the year, and there's a cash prize on the line for that. Evgeny Bobryshev, 777, Honda World Motocross, and Xavier Borg, 121 on the 2.4 MX machine. Factory Yamaha Racing, 89, Jeremy Van Horbik. Good to see the factory Yamahas back in blue, their stock colour this year as well. So no title sponsor for them, but it's all about full factories. These guys know. Evgeny Bobryshev for one, and his teammate number 12 a little bit further down the gate, Max Nagl. So Bobby, a bit tall Russian, looking to favour that inside line. But, in the qualifying race, Strybos got the Fox Holeshot. Guareri started second, possibly fell with Van Horbik on lap 3. Cairoli fell on lap 2 with Xavier Borg, but got back to 7th. De Sal only managed 12 to 8. Sean Simpson, though, he fell from 6th with 4 laps to go after a tyre malfunction robbed him. The first MXGP race of 2014 is about to get underway here. The MX Grand Prix of Qatar at the Lusail International Motocross Circuit. I'm Paul Mellon, you join us live underneath the floodlights for the 2nd year in a row at this Lusail circuit. And the lighting is 200% better than it was 12 months ago. The riders are a lot happier, there's better visibility, but the track is a lot harder, a lot slicker, a lot faster. A good start is going to be imperative here, but the nature of the ground here also means that it's going to be frantic, it's going to be close, it's going to be high intense. Tony Cairoli is looking for the perfect defense to his World Championship aspirations. Who's it going to be? Oh, Paulin tried to go early. Got a good jump, better than De Sal, I think, but gets squeezed as well. It's Strybos again. Is it Strybos that's it's very close between Strybos and Xavier Borg. we're going to have to get the X-ray guys down on there for that one. But it's the Fox Holeshot Award. Unclear at the moment, but we will have a guy down there on the ground. But for now, Borg leads. Rybos in second. There's Sean Simpson, very good pack number 24. After starting on the outside of the gate, there's Quineri in the green helmet going through. So it's Borg, Rybos, Bobashev, Nagl, Cairoli, Frossard as they go over the first split. Borland 7th to Sal, Quineri, Brulons, Van Horbig in the top 11. Tommy Searle, third in 12th. Had an off day yesterday. As we look at Frossard right there on the left-hand side, just lighting it up and being on the wrong side of everybody through that next right-hander. Cairoli on the left as well, coming into land into turn 8. Cairoli in around about 5th place, so not as much work for Cairoli to do at this stage of the race, unlike yesterday in the qualifier. Tommy Searle, I think there, 100, yeah, just behind Sean Simpson, so back with our leader though. Yeah, Xavier Borg dropping to 3rd place as Strybos goes through, and so too Evgeny Bobashev. So Bobashev riding with a slight knock on the ankle as we pick up the action here up front. Strybos leads. Bobashev, I think that is in 2nd. Xavier Borg 3rd. Nagl in 4th, so both the HRC Hondas. Back, Cairoli going with him as well. Nagl trying to go around the outside of his teammate, or Xavier Borg. So absolutely full throttle for Max Nagl. Oh, Bobashev getting bounced from one side of the track to the other. Cairoli looking for a way between the two Hondas. So Strybos making a break for it, and Nagl there in 3rd place, going after his teammate Cairoli, the 222, pulling a tear off. He's in 4th. Xavier Borg, 121 there in 5th place. Then it's Gauthier Borland, 21 in 6th. Wow, we've got this race looking to shape up into a right ding-dong battle here. Still 27 and 3/4 minutes left to go. Borland around the outside of Xavier Borg. He's going to go down the inside here into turn 4. And succeeds, but then just gets a bit squirrely on the exit. Makes the pass stick though. Frossard just behind Xavier Borg now. So we've got both the factory Hondas in there in 2nd and 3rd. We've got a Rockstar Energy Suzuki leading the way. The first of the, well, the only factory KTM, Red Bull Machine and Tony Cairoli. Both the factory Kawasaki's are Linus third as well. 21 and 183 of Borland and Frossard. And all the big hitters are there. Even Jeremy Van Horbig is knocking around there and around about 8th place, probably just behind Xavier Borg. Won't be long before he finds his way through. Look for the flash of blue. There it is behind the red Honda. The only one missing really, Tommy Searle and Mamona Sal down in 12th and 13th place. And you cannot give these guys that much of a head start at the opening round of the championship course. A long way to go. But tell you what, Cairoli very close to being blown offline there as he came into land. So, over the line we go. Kevin Strybos breaks the beam now, fastest man on track so far. But then that immediately goes to Max Nagl, 1.6 seconds behind him. Bobashev 3rd, Borland 4th on the Kawasaki. Cairoli splitting the Kawasaki, so Borland going through on the world champion. Xavier Borg is 7th now, Van Horbig 8th. All over the back of Sean Simpson, what a great recovery for him on the HM Black KTM up into 9th place. Quineri 10th on the factory TM, Tommy Searle 11th, and away past the Sal. Good move, Tommy Searle. Rulon's 13th, Philippart's 14th, Todd Waters, the most beat-up guy on the track after a massive crash through here yesterday, right at the end of the straight. 3rd gear through there, lost the back end about there, ended up through that TVE banner, through the MXGP TV banner, and just came to a complete stop. Rang his bell, just took off, but regained his bearings. And he is riding it through the pain threshold tonight, that's for sure. So Waters in 15th for the Red Bull Ice Husqvarna Factory Racing Squad. Look at Max Nagl. He was ill here last year, stomach bug, possible food poisoning. He's going all out in the early stages on his one-lock shot Honda. There he is, number 12, going after the 22 of Kevin Strybos. Had it so easy yesterday. He was on a different planet on that Rockstar Energy Suzuki in the qualifying race, which was just 20 minutes plus 2 laps. The main race though, 30 minutes plus 2 laps, an extra 10 minutes in the race. And the circuit, not too wet or slippery out there, just hard, dry and slick. If it is slippery anywhere, loose marbles coming to the top in terms of being artificially watered to keep down the dry dirt. obviously knocked a lot of water down on track over the Monster Energy finish line. Then 2 laps complete. And Strybos goes defensive. Nagl trying to square him off. Looking to get a good run on him coming through here though. Little kick there going into the turn. So Bobashev third, Paulin fourth, fastest man on track again. Max Nagl. So slick through that first turn over that first wave yesterday. Eyes were lighting up through there. Strybos on the yellow Suzuki leads the way. So good to get lined up through this wave section. There's Paulin looking to challenge Bobashev. So number 21 going after the 777, the battle for third place. Going the long way round, but easily in the end. Gauthier Paulin. And Nagl going around the outside, or trying to, closed off on the entry into turn 6, the off-camber left here. Strybos though, pelvis, cracked pelvis a few weeks back. Oh, and Nagl, where did he come from there? Squared off the turn and out of nowhere, finds a way past Kevin Strybos to lead on lap 3. So a great bit of riding then for the German, who definitely has a point to prove. Let's watch this. Oh no, this is Bobashev and Gauthier Paulin. Paulin going through into third place.
So just 5 minutes into the race, 7 minutes in, we've got drama. There I go. This is Max Nagl and
there's Tony Cairoli, 222. Red Bull KTM Factory Racing now trying to find a way past Evgeny Bobashev as well. Who's that quadding in the background? Is that Van Hoorbeek? 183, Stephen Frostside. He wasn't jumping it yesterday, so he's obviously got some feedbacks on him today, that's for sure, because it's not easy just to pop that in a race. And Bobashev feeling the heat, going to get done there by Cairoli and maybe Frostside in that right-hander at the end of pit lane area, but we have a new race leader, and it's Max Nagl, 50.2, again the fastest lap of the race for him. Strybos second, 51.6. Paulin third, 50.4. Bobashev, 52.8, riding injured with a damaged ankle on that 777 HRC Honda, but his teammate here, number 12, Max Nagl, looking to disappear. At the head of the field, again, just knows and cannot give the competition any advantage whatsoever. Max Nagl then doing all he can in the early stage of this race to find a way to disappear. That was the pass look. Got up out of the seat early on the back wheel, let the suspension do the work, and over the tabletop it was already a bike length clear of Kevin Strybos. So great bit of riding there, good line choice as well for the flying German. So coming into land then, Max Nagl. Taking a little bit further down the look down the order as they come over the line now. 4 laps complete. Max Nagl. That's the gap. Extended his lead to 1.8. It's about 7/10 of a second over Strybos last time around. And again, another. That's like 4 consecutive fastest laps of the race for Max Nagl. 8/10 quicker than Gauthier Paulin here. 21 in green in third. Tony Cairoli 22 there on the orange KTM in fourth. Frostside in fifth. So big hitters here in the top 5 places. Whereas Bobashev just starting to drop off the contention now in 6th place. Van Hoorbeek looking to challenge in 7th, just about a second and a half or so back. As all riders go tight to the inside there, look to get on the fat part of the tyre as soon as possible through that wave section. Tear off. Goes after Kevin Strybos. Had a few surprises yesterday when Strybos won the qualifying race. No more than him, but then in the press conference post-race interview, he said quite a few times actually, and obviously he would have only known how he was feeling and where he was at compared to everybody else. So got the hard work done, pulled a whole shot and stayed there unchallenged as everybody else, his rivals, made too many mistakes, made it hard work for themselves. So Frossard challenging Cairoli around the outside here on the green Kawasaki. So Cairoli, the orange KTM, and a Kawasaki sandwich at the moment. John Simpson in 9th, Tom Searle finding his way up into 8th place, so quick top 10 run down there with 19 minutes to go. Max Nagl is 2.7 seconds clear. Still in the 50s, but got another fastest lap of the race for the Honda rider HRC. Backed German. So Strybos second, Borland 21 in third, 22-22. Cairoli here in 4th place. Next green Kawasaki 183. Stephen Frossard is in 5th. Bobrashev is in 6th, and 8.6 seconds separate them. Van Horbeke is in 7th, about another second and a half back on the factory Yamaha number 89. Then it's Tommy Searle in 8th, Simpson in 9th. On the HM Plant KTM UK, Guderi's TM Factory Racing Machine is in 10th place. Sal 11th on the Rockstar Energies is in 11th. Xavier Borg is 12th, 24 MX Honda. 13th is Joel Roulant on his own team. He's privately backed J-Tech Race, or J-Race, sorry. Honda, he's in 14th. Waters 15th, having Philip Hart. Another team owner is in 15th. Cairoli looking to challenge here. Cairoli almost out of the seat as he came out of turn 6. Back end lighting up. He was all over the back of 183 Stephen Frossard. Hand for the gas. Got all squirrely on him. A few square edge bumps, but look at this. Borland now as August Just, the Husqvarna racing rider, pulls him down the pit lane. He's out, but challenge between Borland and Strybos for 2nd place. Ahead of Cairoli and Frossard there, 183. It's that battle there. Frossard is jumping that as a quad. With Tony Cairoli ahead of him, not sure if he's able to do that or even contemplate doing that. But Cairoli doubling his way in. Couldn't do that last year, the riders, but everybody pretty much getting over it yesterday, and depending on the wind and the line and who's behind them, it would seem now in the race. But week late at the start, and I wonder if we'll see who the Fox Holeshot award went to. Xavier Borg over there on the left-hand side, and Strybos in the black, but Strybos ran wide on the yellow Suzuki, but Xavier Borg kept it nice and tight. So it's just a case of, well, maybe just. Oh, look at that, Cairoli, and looking at that hole there wasn't deeper, because that would have just taken the handlebars out of his hand. That would have been him over the handlebars. Oh, look at that. Using every ounce of upper body strength, Tony Cairoli to muscle a save there with that little incident. But 16.25 minutes to go. Max Nagl currently leads the race. Nagl finished 10th last year. Won a qualifying race, but that was it. Got a second in the first moto in Sweden and the first moto in Brazil. This is Borland going through in a second. Quite possibly. Borland on the left-hand side in green. Kawasaki very easy now. That's where Cairoli crashed yesterday. Lost the front end. Gordon saved it. Xavier Borg couldn't avoid him. Cairoli's gone through on Strybos as well. So suddenly, on lap 7, it's all changed. There's Borland and Cairoli both go through. Steve Frossard, the next one to contemplate, and he goes through as well, right into the final turn there. So Frossard, oh, has he gone down? I think Frossard crashed, you know. Or is that him here? No, there he is. Just a nervous look over the shoulder from Strybos, as if to say, yeah, you tried, nice work, fella, but you must try harder next time. The urgency here. Both 183, Stephen Frossard. Obviously these two have a bit of history recently. Tony Cairoli because the reason he's riding with a damaged left ankle is 183 of Stephen Frossard, Montevarchi, pre-season Italian Championship race. Just a couple of weeks ago, a week or so ago. Familiar with Montevarchi, you'll know that it's an uphill start, a lot steeper going into an almost switchback 180 onto the plateau at turn 1. And Nagl was also involved in that because it was the three of them, Nagl, Cairoli and Frossard, charging up the hill. Suddenly Nagl decided to change direction, Cairoli reacted, he went in too deep. And Frossard was on the steep end, couldn't back off because he would just lost too much momentum and just ended up connecting and taking out Cairoli's ankle. So interesting to see if it's a clean pass this time, if indeed there is a pass on Cairoli from Frossard. Max Nagl, 7 seconds clear of Gauthier Paulin, who now has clear track ahead of him, having just passed Kevin Strybos a lap ago. Interesting to see what the lap times will be. Well, as of lap 7, last time around, it was 1:51.659 for Nagl, 1:51.425 for Paulin, 51.632 for Cairoli, 51.7 for Frossard. Strybos about 3 seconds slower than these guys. He will pretty soon be falling back into the clutches of the pain-ridden Evgeny Bobashev on the HRC Honda and the sprightly, injury-free Jeremy Van Horby, which is a lot different to what he was battling with a year ago. He kept himself to himself this weekend as number 12, Max Nagl. Stayed in a quiet corner in the garage. A lot of Honda technicians here as well. The big boss overseeing America and Europe. Roger Harvey is here as well. Obviously getting a bit of promotion as well, managing all of HRC's European activities. 8 seconds as they came over the line, the gap between Nagl and this guy here in second, 21 of Gauthier Paulin. Cairoli closing in on the Frenchman. How many times have we seen Cairoli around about this time, between 10 and 12 minutes, say, you know what, I'm now at that place in the race where I have enough knowledge, enough information, I know where the lines are, I know where I need to be easy on the gas, I know where I can drift my way through a corner. Even here, look, he's staying away from that inside line because you know he's going to bite back if he's not careful. How many times have we seen dodgy rock laying there, just on the face, and a loose rock catches the front wheel of somebody, that's going to end in tears. Cairoli just has a master plan most of the time, doesn't it? More often than not. He went 8, 9 Grand Prix last year, Cairoli. Won GP 2, 3 and 4 in Thailand, Netherlands and Trentino. The next 2 came in Brazil and France. So that was 5 GPs, that's 4 in a row. So 9 Grand Prix wins last year for Tony Cairoli. The last 4 coming Sweden, Latvia, Finland and Germany. And then went 4 Grand Prix without a victory. Because the last one went to Sean Simpson and Leroy. The 3 before that went to Clement Sal, and the 1 before that went to Gauthier Paulin. A couple of weeks before he crashed himself out of the championship. That gap still 3.5 seconds, so more than 3 psychologically. That's good for Max Nagl. Can be a little bit frail at times, but could be a new Max Nagl we're seeing here in 2014. Of course, the newly branded MXGP class. Premier class. We still wait for confirmation to see whether it was Kevin Strybos or Xavier Borg who grabbed that box head hole shot. It's a point for each hole shot you get. At the end of the year, the points are added up, and the most points wins a box bonus of €10,000 in MXGP, 5,000 in MX2. So again, emphasis very much on MXGP in 2014 as a Premier class. Shorter race distances this year, 30 plus 2 instead of 35 plus 2. Even practice sessions and warm-ups have been chopped. 20-minute practice sessions now instead of 30. Yellow flags on the Monster Energy jump over on the far side of the circuit into turn 5. Is that died down in the corner? Yes, it is. And what's that? So the rider's not able to get over that jump cleanly. Again, the FIM officials in the rider briefing on Thursday were told yellow flags waving. We need to see you back off the throttle, close the throttle. Sometimes you are going to get wheels off the ground because of your momentum, but there's a difference between trying to get the distance and just jumping a bike length or two just to get you up onto the top of the jump in case of a waved yellow flag. And they penalised a lot of riders last year for that. I think there were 14 alone at the French Grand Prix as Cairoli looking to go around the outside as he doubles his way into the penultimate corner in terms of a lap being completed here before rejoining behind the start line. Taking a long look over his pit board there, Gauthier Paulin. He will know that Cairoli's there and hounding him in third. There's Nagl at the end of the straight. That gap is still 3.7 seconds with 9.5 minutes plus 2 laps to go. Frossard starting to fall back a little bit now. Whoa, a little bit squirrely from Paulin. Cairoli keeps the momentum going, closes down another couple of bike lengths. Frossard, is he back on the case as well? Looked like he was a little bit further adrift there just a moment ago in fourth place. This is about the second between the 21 of Gauthier Paulin and the 7-time world champion, Tony Cairoli, who's won the last 5 in a row in MX1, going back to 2009 when he was on a Yamaha. Since 2010 and since he got on that 350 KTM, he has won every single one of those world titles on that 350. So 4 in a row for the Austrian manufacturer. World champion in 2005, 2007 in MX2, 2009 MX1. As we say, 5 in a row in the big class, which is now MXGP. Hard and slick, very Italian-like circuit today. Very much like Fermo, where we were a couple of years ago as the Italian round. Paulin knows that it's not going to be won. Not going to be won in the first round. He knows there are, 36 motos in this championship. He knows all too well, after his experiences at the German Grand Prix at the Lausitzring last year, lost the front end into the corner there, so too with Tony Cairoli. He knows that one mistake can end it all. Cairoli going in wide as well, looking for the momentum. And the reason why he's doing that is to get to the slingshot. He's not hitting those square edge bumps as he comes out of that inside rut like everybody else. He's also opening up a way to go tighter here into turn 2, but so far, Paulin getting it covered. 3.9 seconds now. So Paulin holding up Cairoli. So 3.9 seconds, the gap between Nagl in this battle here for second. Frossard there, waiting patiently, waiting to pick up the pieces, or a mistake, should there be one, between Paulin and Cairoli. Frossard there in fourth, Strybos in fifth for Suzuki. Van Horbeke now in sixth, Searle seventh, having a very lonely ride down there in seventh. 2 seconds adrift of Van Horbeke. There's Cairoli once again, looks to go around the outside, going down into turn 7, has to put the brakes on. Riding a very wide Kawasaki at the moment. Here's Gauthier Paulin. How much longer can he keep it up for, though? A long jump into the left for Cairoli as they come over the scrub and onto the step up, heading down towards turn 10. Pretty much adjacent to the finish line area. Now that will be over to the left-hand side of the finish line area. Frossard. There's Strybos, just about to pop up over jump now. And there's Van Horbeke closing in. So Van Horbeke and Tommy Searle. So Tommy Searle suddenly, with 6 minutes to go, has Van Horbeke and Strybos in his sights, and there's potential here for a top 5 place for Tommy Searle, who was on a nightmare time yesterday in qualifying. He was not on top on the timing sheet at all. A million miles adrift yesterday in practice, time training and qualifying in a heat race. Just struggling. But and for a while, with a poor start here in this first MXGP race of the year, the MX Grand Prix of Qatar at Losail. He looks like he'd already thrown in the towel before the season had even begun in terms of this round as well. Sometimes that happens, you know, riders just don't gel with the circuit. Tommy Searle looked like that rider yesterday, but I'm pleased to say he's there in 7th, looking like he can be knocking on the door for 5th at least. But up front, heck of a battle going on between Cairoli now and Frossard. 5 minutes plus 2 laps to go. It was a good lap for Paul and the 21 on the Monster Energy Kawasaki that time around. This guy here in shot now coming into land into turn 8. He put some distance between himself and Tony Cairoli, who might have just made a couple of mistakes. And for a moment there, it looks like Crossard was challenging Cairoli for that 3rd place. But Cairoli looks like he's rectified whatever those problems were. And he's looking at going back after the 21 of Gauthier Paulin, riding with a slightly injured left ankle. Cairoli just looking like he's picking up the pieces again and looking at picking up the pace as well. As we head into the conclusion of this first MXGP race of the year. Nagl over the line already over Gauthier Paulin. He's extended that lead 5.1 seconds. And Max Nagl could be the surprise winner here in MXGP. Very first race of the year on the HRC-backed Honda Might of Japan, here with about half a dozen technicians or so. Heads down, buried in laptops, computers and electronics and all kinds of stuff throughout the weekend. Very, very serious. 2014 was the year they said we are going to launch an attack on KTM, who have just been taking the mick, quite frankly, in the eyes of the competition in terms of notching up the last 4 MXGP world titles. KTM obviously down there at the moment in 3rd place with Tony Cairoli in moto number 1 here. We've got a Honda leading a Kawasaki, leading a KTM. Crossard, the 2nd of the Tactic Kawasaki's. He's there in 4th place. Then we've got the Yamaha, Van Horbik now in 5th. Strybos in 6th. And there was nothing in it between him and Searle, so Searle knocking on the door to try and find a way past Kevin Strybos on the Suzuki. Tommy Searle, of course, on the CLS Kawasaki Monster Energy MXGP machine. Cairoli won't go away. He looks to find a way past. 21, Gauthier Paulin here.
There is Paulin. He's going to know all about it.
Absolutely, these guys right on the limit. Still, Max Nagl, very surprisingly, still set the fastest laps of the race. 1:51.3 compared to 52.5, 52.3 for Paulin and Cairoli. In fact, he's the only guy in the 51s. Even at this late stage of the race, lap 14, 15 now. So Cairoli, though, just absolutely obliterates it because he sets the fastest lap of the race for 1:50.1 as he goes after the 21 of Gauthier Paulin here. Master looking to find a way through, trying to use every ounce of his track craft and experience that's guided him to 7 world titles since 2005. Follows when he has to, otherwise it's high and wide, in and out early in the corners. It's a very technical circuit here. Might look flat. It's gnarly, it's choppy, it's ruts, it's soft dirt, it's hard, it's slip dirt, stones, shiny polished surfaces which become a nightmare as well when it's freshly watered in the interval sections. And also, riding under floodlight, it's difficult for the riders to envisage, certainly in the early laps of the race, what's dry and what's wet. The dirt looks the same, especially when it's as light as this. There are no real dark patches out there that the riders can use to differentiate between hard and dry, or dark and dry, or even dark and slippery. Crossard once again losing the toe of Tony Cairoli. Clement Gertje there, 62, the last ever MX3 world champ last year. The Slovenian takes a look over his shoulder, sees the hard-charging 21 Paulin and 222 Cairoli closing in. Needs to get off line though. Let these guys get on with it. Knows they're there. Does the right thing. Keeps aside. Cairoli at 50.1 last time, fastest man on track. Where is he now? No, he's not the fastest. He doubles. Oh, great move there from Cairoli. Both riders doubling in, but Cairoli just getting in and out. That's exactly what I mean. He used not even a berm, but just a little bank of dirt. He got pitched right there, though, in that final corner. So he obviously landed, saw something and went, watch this. He goes in, goes right, I'm in, I'm out, turn, and Paulin thought he got it covered and then made a mistake himself on the exit. And that's Cairoli up into second on, what, with 3 laps to go. Big question then. Gauthier Paulin, is he just going to let Cairoli disappear and say, you know what, this stage of the season I'm happy just to pick up a comfortable 20 points? Or is he going to wait for Cairoli to make a mistake as he goes after this guy here, Max Nagl? He's got to be careful not to make mistakes all on his own, you know. He's still turning in 51 lap times. Holeshot sits his fastest lap of the race at 150 as well. But he's too far off the back of the lead trio. So, an absolutely spellbinding first MXGP race. First race of the new era of MXGP. And the defending champion, the 7-time world title holder, Tony Cairoli, is not where he wanted to be, but look at that, he's already closing down the gap. It was 4.2. It's visibly closer between Cairoli and Nagl, and he is going all out here as we approach the 2-lap board. Nagl knows he's got a fight on his hands. He cannot relax. He knows how good Tony Cairoli is, as do the rest of the field. And 49.9 for Tony Cairoli. Absolutely unbelievable. 3 seconds that gap. And it was a 151.4 and a 149.9 between the two leaders, Nagl and Cairoli. Well, I tell you what, we have had a great opening 2 races so far, MX2 and MXGP here in Qatar. A circuit that's not easy to come to. And it's really providing a tough test for these guys in terms of its technical nature. As that cross-off closing in on Gauthier Paulin. I think it is, you know, Paulin could be struggling here. Maybe just tightening up a little bit. A long way back we have to go to 4th place, which is now Frossard, 5th place. Van Horbink there, the number 89. Cameron Gertcher just being lapped. Tommy Searle just losing toe there, about 4 seconds adrift now, Van Horbink. So Tommy Searle happy to sit there and pick up 6th place in moto number 1 here. Wow, I tell you what, there's nothing in it, is it? Nagl and Cairoli. It was 3.1. It's not going to be that next time around, and I wouldn't be surprised if Cairoli knocks in another 149 lap or thereabouts. There's Jens Getterman. Did only 1 lap warm-up this morning. Don't really know why. So maybe riding is a little bit injured. The 2.4 MX rider down in 18th place. Points on the board for him. There's Tommy Searle, 100. A very quiet race for him. Robert Chef looking to try and find a way back on the rear wheel, but look how close it is, 2.5 seconds. Final lap here. Right, who is going to buckle here? Will it be Max Nagl, number 12? There, he has led the race pretty much from the 1st or 2nd lap. Didn't grab the whole shot, but he forced his way to the front very early on. Lap 3. But Tony Cairoli may have just timed it too late. And you never know with Cairoli, will it be too late or to perfection? 10th time for Nagl. Done a great job. Max Nagl. Anxious time. Look how close Tony Cairoli is, throwing everything at the German. Oh, nicely picks his front wheel up through the off-camber there. Throttle control, supremo. Max Nagl dancing his way through the turns, through the long left, over the scrub. We're about 2/3 away around this lap. Over the big stretch onto the step-up plateau. Turn 10. I think he's going to run out of time, Tony Cairoli. What a turn-up for the books this would be. Turn 12, Scrub Hill, just the quad jump to go, keeps it low, 3 and 1 for him. Final corner here, and Max Nagl is gonna be a first time winner here in 2014, and it's a first victory for the might of HRC and Japan. What a great race. Max Nagl edging out Tony Cairoli in the end. Gauthier Paulin settles for 3rd. Frossard should come through in 4th, there he is. And then it should be Van Hoorbeek in 5th, number 89. And then it should be Tommy Searle, but Gauthier Paulin seems pleased enough with that. 3rd for him. In a moment, of course, we will catch up with our race winner, Max Nagl. I'm sure he will be the most ecstatic we've seen him in a very, very long time. Congratulations from Cairoli to Paulin, or vice versa. Just caught the back end of that, but Van Hoorbeek comes over the line 5th, Tommy Searle 6th, Strybos 7th, Bebelchef 8th, 9th for De Salle, disappointment for him, and Roulance points on the board for the Belgian in 10th ahead of Sean Simpson, who dropped to 11th in the end. Here we go.
Max, those were a tense last few moments there, but I really feel like you needed the race win here. I mean, the bad luck of last year really started here, and now you can firmly put that behind you.
Yeah, especially after the bad season last year. Now in Qatar, this time I'm so well prepared that I have no problem with stomach or with body. I'm healthy, and now I can really show what I can do. I hope I can make a better start in the second race, then it would be easier, because in the beginning it was really tricky to pass because the track was slippery, but I'm so happy for myself, for my team, for Honda HRC, and for my girlfriend that just we made it now finally again.
Well done, Max.
Checkered flag then, going out for Max Nagl. Taking his first win in, what, 2 years? Something like that. So Max Nagl wins by 1.9 seconds as Cairoli backed off then the last half of the lap. So it's a win for Honda and Max Nagl in Germany. Cairoli 2nd, Paulin 3rd, Frossard 4th, and Jeremy Van Hoorbeek heading out. Tommy Searle into 6th. Nagl then, happiest man in the MXGP paddock right now, putting all the disappointment from 2013 behind him as he romps to victory. 18 laps the first race, he led 15 of those. And HRC suddenly, it would appear, be rubbing their hands together and saying, we don't care how much money we've spent on this programme and how much more we're yet to spend. A win like that is priceless. The best way to start the brand new 2014 MXGP season. Here's official confirmation then. Max Nagl, Tony Cairoli, Gauthier Paulin, Stephen Frossard, Jeremy Van Hoorbeek after a poor start, likewise Tommy Searle getting the difference. Strybos 7th and Bebelchef 8th. 9th was Commander Sal and 10th was Joel Roulance. Sean Simpson, a great ride for him in 11th. Guarnieri was 12th on the TM, and then Philip Arts was 13th ahead of Todd Waters. Good points for him in 14th despite him being battered and bruised. Tenno Leoc 15th, and then it was Jake Nichols on the HM Plan KTM. On the Wilvo Fort Brent KTM. 17th Ruud Gonçalves on the bike and Cosmic Yamaha. Jens Getterman 18th, 19th Gertcher, and Amir Zabetifar was 20th. Right then, let's take a quick look at some of the highlights from MXGP Race 1. It was a frantic affair. Everybody pretty much safely round the first couple of corners. All the big hitters were right where they wanted to be. Unsure as to who exactly won the Foxhead Holeshot Award. I'm sure we'll find out soon enough though. But up front, Strybos led briefly as Max Nagl pushed his way to the front. The likes of Gauthier Paulin and Stephen Frossard, Tony Cairoli were battling in there as well for those top few positions. Sean Simpson was in around mid-pack through the first turn, got himself up inside the top 10 early, but then eventually dropped to 11th as the likes of Joel Roulance and Commander Sal, Tommy Searle and Van Hoorbeek started to burst through. But the real battle, as Nagl was 3-4 seconds clear of the field, was really between Strybos, Paulin, Cairoli and Frossard, the four guys that just came over the jump there. Frossard bringing up the rear in that battle, the 183 on that green Monster Energy Kawasaki. Strybos eventually gave way though. Succumbed to the pressure. Cairoli had a few moments of his own as he looked to go after a possible race win. Leok, the number 3 this year on the TM Factory Racing. All new machines for them, new chassis, new fuel tank under the seat, new filter location where the old fuel tank used to be. All about central mass and all of that. Leok coming home in 15, 3 places behind his teammate. Ramona Sal on the Rockstar Energy Suzuki World MXGP machine. We never hardly saw him during the race. Eventually the Belgian coming home in 9th place. A massive head start for his rivals in this very first moto of the year. But as we say, it's a long season, 18 rounds this year. 36 motos, and we're only 1 down, 35 to go. Closing stages though, back to the second. 21, Gauthier Paulin and Tony Cairoli. Cairoli eventually bursting through. Phillip Arts on the DP19 Yamaha. That was Cairoli going through with what? 3 to go. Went after Max Nagl, but it was Nagl who hung on for the victory. And he is a very, very happy man indeed. So just to reconfirm then, Max Nagl winning Moto number 1, the first in the new era of MXGP here in the MXGP of Qatar. Tony Cairoli second, 1.9 seconds behind the German in the end. Gauthier Paulin on the Monster Energy Kawasaki was third. His teammate Steve Crossart was fourth. The factory Yamaha of 89. Jeremy Van Hoorbeek was fifth. Tommy Searle on the CLS Kawasaki Monster Energy machine was sixth. Seventh was Strybos in the end on the Rockstar Energy Suzuki World MXGP machine. Bob Chef on the HRC Honda was 8th. 9th was Conor Sal Suzuki. 10th was the J-Race Honda of Joel Roulant. In 11th was Sean Simpson on the HM Planet KTM. 12th, David Guarneri, TM Factory Racing. 13th, DP19, Stavin Philippart Yamaha. 14th, Todd Waters on the Red Bull Ice One Racing, Husqvarna Factory Racing. 14th, Tano Leok, TM Factory Racing. 15th, Jake Nichols on the Wilvo Fork Rent KTM, riding with that back injury still in 16th. Ruben Salves was 17th on the Viking Cosworth Yamaha. 18th, 24MX Honda was Jens Getterman. 19th, Clement Gercher on the JTEC Honda. And the number 69, the local rider, Amiretsa, Sabatifar from Iran, actually, bringing up the final point. No points on the board for Tyler Rattray, obviously not entering the race. And none on the board for Mattis Caro. We'll try and find out why later, but no points either for August just. But that's all for MXGP action here. We'll be back with the women on MXGP TV in just a few moments' time. Don't go away. Yes. So just some highlights. Just highlights here of the start. See if we can make out who picked up box 10 Holeshot. Right, here we go. That's the angle we want. Was it Strybos or Xavier Borg? Well, from that angle, wow, absolute dead heat between them two guys. I wouldn't want to call it, that's for sure. So we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in just a few moments with the second women's race of this weekend. Don't go away.